Hello and welcome to Replacement Player Baseball. Today we're going to see the second game of three between Cardinals and Cubs in Chicago. The Cubs are on a three-game losing streak, and the Cardinals are currently leading the NL Central. So the Cubs have a chance to make up some ground if they can win today's game. Let's get started and see what our pitching matchups are going to be. So for the Cubs, Yu Darvish is going to be on the mound. Yu Darvish is making start number 26. He is 7-8, 3.74 ERA, 1.22 WHIP. And the supporting cast for the Cubs today will include Cabrera, Bryant, Santana, Bradley, Tyler O'Neill, Tauchman, Ramos, Nico Horner, and Darvish batting ninth. For the Cardinals, Carlos Martinez is coming out to the mound, making start number 27. He is 9-5 with a 3.14 ERA and a 1.12 WHIP. The Cardinals lineup today will include Colton Wong, Matt Carpenter, Paul Goldschmidt, Dexter Fowler, Harrison Bader, Tommy Edman, Paul DeJong, Yadier Molina, and the pitcher Martinez batting ninth. The temperature today is 77 degrees. It's a near sellout crowd with 41,000 plus in attendance. And the wind is blowing in from right at 11 mph. So let's get this game started. Darvish is on the mound, facing Wong, top of the first inning. 1-2 count. The Cardinals come in today's game with 10 games over 500 at 69-59. Leading the Central. The Cubs come in third place in the NL Central. They are 60-68. Cardinals have won 6 out of 10 from the Cubs this season. So Darvish looking for the sign with a 1-2 count. And here's the pitch. Lined into center field. I believe that'll be playable. Bradley tracks it down to make the catch for out number 1. Carpenter now batting. 1 out, nobody on. Top of the first inning. Here's the first pitch to Carpenter. Popped up right center field. I believe Bradley's going to have a line on this one again. He gets under it to make the catch for out number 2. Goldschmidt now batting. 2 outs, nobody on. Full count pitch to Paul Goldschmidt. Here it comes. Grounder toward third. Picked up by Bryant. Throws over to first, and that will retire the side. Darvish knocks him down in order in the first inning. We go to the bottom of the first of a scoreless ball game. Cabrera is going to lead off for the Cubs in the bottom of the first inning. Here's a 2-1 count, and Carlos Martinez looking for the sign. Cabrera waiting patiently. Here's the pitch. Grounder toward first. Goldschmidt stabs it, steps on the base, and that is out number 1. Bryant now batting. 1 out, nobody on. Full count pitch to Chris Bryant. Swing and a miss for strike 3. That was a sinker at 98. Nasty, nasty pitch. And that'll bring up Danny Santana with 2 outs and nobody on base. 2-2 count. Santana waiting for the pitch. Strike 3 on the check swing. Umpire rings him up and back to the dugout for Santana. So the Cubs are also retired in order as we go to the top of the second inning. It is a 0-0 ball game. Dexter Fowler now leading off for the Cardinals here in the top of the second inning, and apparently I'm not sure who we're actually playing today. Fowler facing Darvish, 3-0 count. Darvish waiting, and that is up and in for ball 4. So Darvish issues the leadoff walk, and it brings up Harrison Bader. Nobody out, runner on first, and the runner's going. Fowler with the throw down to second, and Fowler is safe. He picks up his 8th stolen base of the season. He picked a good pitch. That was a split-finger fastball from Darvish. The throw was strong, but it was not in time. So Ramos allows another base runner to steal a base. Fowler is down at second now, and Bader continuing to bat. Here's a full count pitch to Harrison Bader. Inside for ball 4. So the walk is issued. That's 2 in the inning for Darvish, and it brings up Tommy Edman. With nobody out, runners on first and second, Darvish working. There's a bunt. So picked up by Santana, thrown to Cabrera, who is covering first, and that will be the first out of the inning. The sacrifice is successful. Bader and Fowler advance to second and third, respectively. And now Paul DeJong is the batter. With 1 out, 2 runners in scoring position, and a full count pitch from Darvish. Liner past the shortstop into left field. That's going to drive in a run. Another runner is coming home. The throw comes home, the slide, and he is safe. And the Cardinals take a 2-0 lead on the DeJong RBI single. So now Molina comes up with 1 out and a runner on first. Both of the walks come back to haunt Darvish. Here's a 2-0-2 count. Oh, and he hits Molina. Darvish is really struggling with his command here in this inning. I do not believe that he meant to hit him with an 0-2 count. Now the pitcher Martinez is going to bat with 1 out and 2 men on. Darvish with the first pitch to the pitcher. And that's popped up. Darvish actually calls for it and puts it away for out number 2. Excuse me. I'm having just as many issues as Darvish is this inning. Wong now batting with 2 outs and 2 men on. Darvish working with a 1-strike count. There's a grounder toward third. Bryant hustles in. Oh, the pitcher cuts it off. Throws over to first, but either way, that was just a perfectly placed ground ball. And Wong gets an infield single. So now the bases are loaded, and Matt Carpenter is the batter. 2 outs, 3 runners on base. Cardinals trying to add to a 2-0 lead. There's a pop-up to center field. I believe that this will end the inning as Bradley heads over to left center to make the catch for out number 3. So the Cardinals score twice. They leave the bases loaded. We go to the bottom of the second of a 2-0 ball game. Jackie Bradley now batting for the Cubs. Leading off in the bottom of the second. Here's a 1-strike count and the pitch. Grounder up the middle. Shortstop has it. Throws over to first, and Bradley is retired on a bang-bang play for out number 1. O'Neill now the batter. 1 out, nobody on. O'Neill waiting for the first pitch, and he hits it high to deep right field. I believe that's going to be in the park, and the park holds it. Fowler reeling that in on the warning track for out number 2. The wind knocked that one down. Otherwise, he might have had a solo home run right there. Tauschman now batting with 2 outs and nobody on. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Grounder towards short. The throw goes over to first, and the side is retired. So the Cubs go down in order in the second. We go to the top of the third inning of a 2-0 Cardinal lead. Goldschmidt is going to lead off for the Cardinals against Darvish in the top of the third. Here is a 3-1 count and the pitch. Low and away for ball 4. Darvish issues the walk, and it brings up Dexter Fowler. Third walk of the day issued by Darvish. 1-1 count. Darvish working. Grounder toward first. The throw goes to second. The relay to first, and the Cubs turn the 3-6-3 double play. Nice defense there by the Cubs infield. And now there are 2 outs and nobody on base. Harrison Bader is the next batter. He comes up to face Darvish with a 3-1 count and the pitch. That is another walk issued. That was low for ball 4. So the runner heads down to first, and Edman is the next batter. 2 outs, 1 man on. 2-2 count. Grounder towards second. Cabrera gets it, throws over to first, and that will retire the side. So Darvish navigates the jam, gets out of the inning, and we go to the bottom of the third of a 2-0 ball game. Ramos leading off for the Cubs here in the bottom of the third, facing Martinez with a 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. Strike 3 called on the inside corner, and Ramos is sent down with a strikeout looking. Horner now the batter. He's playing short today. With 1 out, nobody on, he comes up to face Martinez with a 2-0 count. Horner with the pitch. Liner into right field. That'll be the Cubs' first hit of this ball game. Horner stops at first with a single, and that will bring up the pitcher's spot. Darvish batting with 1 out, 1 man on. Darvish coming up, and the runner goes. Horner slides into second, and he has stolen the base. That's his first stolen base of this season. So Horner now in scoring position with one out, and Darvish continuing to bat. Here's a 1-2 count, and there's a grounder towards second. The throw goes over to first, and that will retire Darvish for out number 2. On the fielder's choice, Horner is going to advance to third, so he is now 90 feet away, and as Drupal Cabrera is the next batter. 2 outs, runner on third, 2-1 pitch. That gets away, it goes all the way to the backstop. The runner slides, he comes home from third to score. And so Horner, on a heads-up base running play, scores the first Cub run of the game. It is now 2-1 in favor of St. Louis. Cabrera now facing Martinez with a 3-1 count. And here is the pitch. Low for ball 4. So the fastball misses low. And Cabrera is on first, which brings up Chris Bryant. 2 out, 1 man on, 1 ball count to Chris Bryant. And he hits it high. Deep left center field, gonna be playable. And it is caught for out number 3. So Bryant gives it a ride, but comes up a little bit short. We go to the top of the 4th of a 2-1 ball game. DeYoung facing Darvish here in the top of the 4th. Here's a 1-2 count. Darvish looking for the sign, and here's the pitch. Oh, and he hits it. Darvish has really struggled with his command today. That's the second guy he's hit with a 2-strike count. So DeYoung is on first now. Molina is the next batter. Nobody out. 1 man on, 2-0 pitch. And Molina pops it up to left. Coming in is Tauschman. He's tracking, and he makes the play for out number 1. The pitcher Martinez now is the batter with 1 out, 1 man on. Here's a 1-2 count from Darvish. Swing and a miss for strike 3. And Martinez is set down for the second out of the inning. That is Darvish's first strikeout of this game. Wong now batting. 2 outs. Runner on first. Full count pitch. Grounder toward first. Santana has it. Steps on the base and retires the side. So Darvish gets out of the inning. The Cardinals have a base runner, but he is stranded. We go to the bottom of the 4th of a 2-1 ball game. Danny Santana now batting against Carlos Martinez to lead off the Cubs half of the 4th inning. Here's a 2-1 count and the pitch. Grounder toward third. Coming in fast. Oh, the pitcher cuts it off. He throws over to first, but the throw is not in time. Santana has an infield single, and the Cubs have their leadoff runner on here in the bottom of the 4th. Jackie Bradley now the batter. Nobody out. 1 man on. 1 strike pitch. And Bradley is hit. Bradley is hitting the knee with a pitch. He's in pain, but he's going to walk it off and head down to first. Santana advances to second, and it brings up Tyler O'Neill. The Cardinals are going to put the shift on as Tyler O'Neill, batting from the right side, is going to see 3 defenders on the left side of the infield. Here we are with nobody out, runners on first and second. Cubs trying to get some more runs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Here's a 3-0 count and the pitch. Inside for ball 4. So the walk is issued. The bases are now loaded with nobody out, and Mike Tauschman is the next batter. Tauschman comes up. He is 0 for 1 today. 2-strike count and the pitch, and that's lined into left field. I believe that's going to drop for a base hit. It does. Tauschman, with an excellent piece of hitting, just went with that one the opposite way and poked it out into left field to get the base hit. The game is now tied at 2 as Tauschman is credited with an RBI single. The Cardinals now bring in the infield against Wilson Ramos. Ramos steps up with the bases still loaded and nobody out in a tie ball game. Here's a 1-ball count and the pitch. Ramos lines that one into center field. Going to be another base hit. 1 run is in. The next runner stops at third. The Cubs have now taken the lead 3-2. Ramos gets credited with an RBI single. Cubs have scored twice in this inning. The bases are still loaded. There are still nobody out. And Nico Hoerner is the next batter. With Hoerner coming up with a 2-2 count. And there's a grounder to third. The throw goes home. However, the relay does not go down to first. So the Cardinals get the lead runner. They're not able to turn the double play. There is now 1 out. The bases are still loaded, and now Yu Darvish is the batter. He is 10 for 39 today. with 5 RBIs on the season. See if he can add to that total. Darvish coming up trying to help his own cause. Bases loaded, 1 out, 2-2 count. Darvish waiting for the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Darvish chased one outside, and he is set down with the strikeout. That is 4 strikeouts on the day for Carlos Martinez, and that will bring up Asdrubal Cabrera with 2 outs and the bases loaded. Cubs already scored 2 in this inning. Here's a 1-strike count and the pitch. Grounder towards second. The throw goes over to first, and the side is retired. So the Cubs leave the bases loaded. They score twice. We go to the top of the 5th of a 3-2 Chicago lead. Carpenter facing Darvish to lead off the 5th for the Cardinals. Here's a 3-1 count, and Darvish with the pitch. Outside for ball 4. Darvish has issued another walk. That is 5 on the day for him. Goldschmidt now batting. Nobody out. Runner on first. Goldschmidt waiting for the 1-2 pitch. High fly ball. Right center field. The wind's knocking it down. On the warning track, Bradley makes the play with his back up to the wall. And that is out number 1. Man, Goldschmidt gave that one a ride, but it was just a little bit short. The wind definitely knocked that one down. Fowler now batting with 1 out, 1 man on. 0-2 pitch to Dexter Fowler. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Gets him with the fastball at 95, and Fowler set down on strikes. That is the 2nd strikeout of the day for Darvish, and it brings up Harrison Bader. Bader with 2 outs and 1 man on, facing Darvish. First pitch. Hopped up, left side of the infield, foul territory. Bryant chasing. He makes the catch for out number 3. So the Cardinals get a base runner. They do not drive him in. We go to the bottom of the 5th of a 3-2 ball game. Chris Bryant coming up to lead off for the Cubs against Carlos Martinez in the bottom of the 5th inning. Here's a full count and the pitch to Bryant. Liner past the 3rd baseman down the left field line. This will be extra bases. Bryant rounds first, heading for second. The throw goes to the cutoff man. Bryant slides, and he is safe. That is a leadoff double for Chris Bryant in the bottom of the 5th inning. We'll see if the Cubs can capitalize on this and add to their 3-2 lead. Danny Santana now the batter. Nobody out. Runner in scoring position. 1 ball count. And Santana grounds that one up the middle. The throw goes over to first. The shortstop cut it off before it got into center field. And that'll be out number 1. Bryant, advancing to 3rd on the play, is now 90 feet away for Jackie Bradley. Here's a 1-1 pitch to Jackie Bradley. The ball gets away. Bryant's coming home. The throw comes home. The pitcher's covering the plate, and Bryant is safe. So the Cubs take a 4-2 lead on a wild pitch. That's the 2nd run this game they've scored on a wild pitch. And Bryant scores. Bradley now continuing to bat with a full count, with 1 out, nobody on base. Here's the pitch. Popped up to right field. Coming in is the right fielder to make the play. He gets under it, and Fowler makes the catch for out number 2. Tyler O'Neill now the batter. 2 outs, nobody on. 1 strike count and the pitch. Hit high and hard to deep left center field. I believe that is going to be gone. Tyler O'Neill hits a solo home run to left field 406 feet, and the Cubs are now up 5-2. And that will be the end of the day for Carlos Martinez, as a relief pitcher, Ryan Helsley, is brought in. He has thrown 56 innings on the season, 22 walks, 59 strikeouts, and a 2.73 ERA. Helsley will face Tauschman with 2 outs and nobody on in the bottom of the 5th inning. Here's a 1-1 count, and Helsley with the pitch. Liner past the first baseman into right field. That's going to be another base hit. Tauschman has a 2-out single as he makes a wide turn at first but thinks better of it, and it'll bring up Wilson Ramos. Ramos is 1 for 2 today with an RBI. He comes up with 2 outs, runner on first, 2-2 count. Swing and a miss for strike 3. He was way out in front of that changeup. So Ramos strikes out to end the inning. The Cubs score twice. They have a 5-2 lead going into the top of the 6th inning. Darvish pitching. He's coming out to start the 6th inning for the Cubs. He's at 90 pitches right now, facing the lower half of the Cardinal order. The 6, 7, and 8 batters are due up this inning. 0-2 count, Darvish with the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Got him with the changeup. Floated it by there at 74. And Edman was way out in front of that. So DeYoung is the next batter with 1 out, nobody on. First pitch to Paul DeYoung. There's a bunt popped up, and Darvish grabs it, plucks it out of the air, as DeYoung did a poor job of executing that bunt, and it brings up Yadier Molina. 2 outs, nobody on, top of the 6th inning. First pitch to Molina. Lined into center field, Brantley coming in fast. He dives and he makes the play for out number 3. So a fine defensive effort by Jackie Bradley to end the inning. The Cubs go to the bottom of the 6th inning with a 5-2 lead. Nico Hoerner now batting for the Cubs in the bottom of the 6th. I expect to see a pinch hitter for the pitcher's spot, and then we'll get to the top of the order after that. Hoerner waiting for the first pitch from Helsley. Lined into right field, that's going to be playable. And Fowler makes the catch on the run for out number 1. Darvish is being called back to the dugout now as the Cubs are going to send up a pinch hitter. And we see Jay Bruce now walking up to the plate. He is going to come to bat from the left side against the righty Helsley with 1 out, nobody on in the bottom of the 6th inning. Bruce waiting for the 2-0 count, and here's the pitch. And he pops that one up to right field. Fowler coming in, and he makes the play for out number 2. Cabrera now batting with 2 outs and nobody on. Cabrera facing Helsley in the bottom of the 6th inning. There's a pop-up to left field. Got that one off the end of the bat, and the left fielder tracks it down. Edman makes the catch for out number 3. So the Cubs do not score. We go to the top of the 7th inning of a 5-2 ball game. Junior Fernandez is going to be the new relief pitcher for the Cubs. He comes in having thrown 29 in the 3rd innings, 27 walks, 33 strikeouts, and a 5.83 ERA. Fernandez will face a pinch hitter, Miller, for the pitcher's spot to lead off the Cardinals half of the 7th inning. Fernandez working with a 1-2 count. Looking for the sign. And here's the pitch. Grounder towards second. Cabrera stabs it, throws over to first, and that is out number 1. Fernandez now facing Wong with 1 out, nobody on. Here's a 1-2 pitch from Fernandez. Liner up the middle. That's going to be a clean single out into center. And Bradley makes the play, throws it back into the cutoff man. Wong stops at first with a single. Brings up Matt Carpenter. 1 out, 1 man on. Full count pitch to Carpenter. Lined into the gap in right center field. That's going to be another base hit. Rounding second and heading for third is Wong. Oh, and he's going to try to score. He's coming all the way around. The throw does not come home. It goes to the cutoff man. So that'll be an RBI double for Carpenter. And the Cubs now lead 5-3. Goldschmidt is the next batter. With 1 out, runner in scoring position, Goldschmidt facing Fernandez. Here's an 0-2 pitch. And that is what happened? That was a wild pitch, but apparently Goldschmidt checked his swing. I thought for a second that Goldschmidt should have been running down to first, but apparently the umpire says that he checked his swing, so he does not get to run down to first on the wild pitch. Goldschmidt continuing to bat now with a 1-2 count, and the runner advances to third on the wild pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. That was a changeup at 77, and Goldschmidt is the second out of the inning. So the runner's still on third, and Fowler is the next batter with 2 outs, and Casey Sadler is going to come in to face Dexter Fowler. Sadler coming in, having thrown 59 innings, 14 walks, 33 strikeouts, and a 3.81 ERA. Sadler really been a mainstay in the Cubs bullpen this season. Facing Fowler with 2 outs and a runner 90 feet away. Here's a 1-1 count, and the pitch from Sadler. He's looking for the sign, and here's the pitch. Grounder toward first. Santana scoops it up. Throws to Sadler, covering the base, and that will be the third out of the inning. So the Cardinals get 1 back. It is now 5-3 going to the bottom of the 7th inning. And for our 7th inning stretch today, we're going to see that the guest conductor is going to be Cubs owner Tom Ricketts. David Bednar is going to be the new relief pitcher for the Cardinals here in the bottom of the 7th inning. He has thrown 4 innings on the season, 3 strikeouts, and a .450 ERA. Bednar will face Bryant, Santana, and Bradley here in the bottom of the 7th inning. 1-ball count. Bednar pitching to Bryant. Grounder toward third. Scooped up, throws over to first, and Bryant is retired for out number 1. Santana now batting with 1 out and nobody on. And here is the pitch to Santana. Lined over the first baseman's head into right field. Fowler cuts it off. It does not get all the way to the wall. And Santana stops at first with a single. Bradley now batting with 1 out. Runner on first. 3-0 count. Bradley draws the walk. That was a fastball that was way outside. Really no second guessing Bradley's decision there. And so the Cubs now have first and second with 1 out. And Tyler O'Neill is the batter. Tyler O'Neill had a home run his last at-bat. He comes up 1 for 2 on the day with a home run and an RBI. O'Neill with a 1-2 count waiting for the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So O'Neill strikes out on the split finger fastball. And he heads back to the dugout in favor of Mike Tauschman. Tauschman now batting. 2 outs, 2 men on. Cubs trying to extend a 2-run lead in the bottom of the 7th inning. Here's a 1-ball count and the pitch. Tauschman hits that one a mile high. The wind's going to knock this down. The play is made in right field by Fowler, and the inning is over. So the Cubs trail 2. We go to the top of the 8th inning of a 5-3 ball game. Sadler continuing to pitch for the Cubs in the top of the 8th inning. He will face Harrison Bader, Tommy Edman, and Paul DeYoung in the top of the 8th. Bader waiting for the 3-1 pitch from Sadler. Hit high and hard, deep right field. That has a chance, and it clears the wall. So O'Neill chases 396 feet over his head out of the right field stands, and the Cubs' lead is down to 5-4. Sadler now facing Edman with nobody out, nobody on. Cardinals already have 1 run in this inning. Here's a full count pitch. That is ball 4, low, and Sadler issues the walk. And now he's going to face Paul DeYoung with nobody out, a runner on first. And DeYoung facing Sadler with a 1-2 count. Liner past the shortstop into left field. That's another base hit. The throw goes to third, so the lead runner holds at second. And now Sadler is facing Molina with 2 runners on and nobody out. Wood is really leaning hard into Sadler in this situation. He hasn't gotten a batter out yet in the 8th inning, but I know the bullpen is just gassed. So here's a 2-1 count and Sadler with the pitch. Grounder towards short. The throw goes to second. The relay to first, and that is a 6-4-3 double play. The lead runner advances to third, and that will bring up the pitcher's spot and a pinch hitter, Austin Dean. Dean, 4 for 21 on the season, is coming up to face Sadler with 2 outs and the tying run 90 feet away. Sadler trying to get his way worked out of this 8th inning. Here's a 1-strike count and the pitch to Dean. Popped up, short left field, coming in is Tauschman, and he makes the catch for out number 3. So the Cubs managed to escape the jam in the 8th inning, still hanging on to a 1-run lead going to the bottom of the 8th. Kirby Yates is now going to be the pitcher for the Cardinals. He's thrown 46 2/3 on the season, 9 walks to 64 strikeouts with a 4.05 ERA. Yates is facing Wilson Ramos to lead off the 8th for the Cubs. Here's a 1-ball count, and Ramos waiting for the pitch. Lined into center field. I believe that's going to be playable, and it is caught by Harrison Bader for out number 1. Hard hit ball, but just a few steps to the left of Harrison Bader, and he makes the play. So Nico Horner is now batting with 1 out, nobody on. 2-1 count to Nico Horner. Yates with the pitch. Popped up on the infield. The catcher comes out. Molina calls off. Oh, the shortstop calls him off. Apparently he felt like he had a better angle on it, and DeYoung makes the catch for out number 2. And now we're going to see a pinch hitter for Casey Sadler. So the lefty Jason Hayward will come up to pinch hit for the pitcher's spot in the bottom of the 8th inning with 2 outs and nobody on base. Hayward waiting for the first pitch from Yates. Here it comes. Grounder up the middle. Shortstop has it. Throws over to first, and Hayward is retired for out number 3. So we go to the top of the 9th inning. It is now a 5-4 game. And John Lester is brought out to try to close out this game. He's going to face the top of the Cardinals lineup. Lester, in what might be possibly his first save situation in his career. He's thrown 80 2/3 innings, 30 walks, 64 strikeouts, and a 5.47 ERA. I do believe Lester has achieved most favored reliever status in the Kerry Wood bullpen now. So Lester facing Wong. Here is the first pitch. Lester looking for the sign. And here it comes. Popped up, left field, running hard. Tauschman on the line, on the warning track, makes the catch for out number 1. Man, that ball, he gave that one a ride to the opposite field. Tauschman had just enough room to reel it in. And Matt Carpenter now is the batter. With 1 out, nobody on. Here's a 1-1 pitch to Matt Carpenter. Grounder toward first. Santana scoops it up, steps on the base, and that is out number 2. Goldschmidt now the batter with 2 outs and nobody on. Goldschmidt facing Lester with a full count. Lester trying to close out this game. Here's the pitch. Low and in for ball 4, so Goldschmidt takes his base. And he represents the tying run over on first. Dexter Fowler is the next batter. Fowler and Lester, former Cub teammates, facing off in the 9th inning of a 1-run ball game. 2 outs, 1-1 count. Lester with the pitch. Grounder towards second. Cabrera scoops it up, throws over to first, and that will retire the side. So the Cubs are victorious 5-4 as Lester earns his first save of the season for sure. Darvish earns the win. He goes to 8-8 on the season, throwing 6 innings of 2-run, 2-hit baseball with 5 walks and 3 strikeouts. Carlos Martinez drops to 9-6 on the season. He's thrown 4 2/3 of 6-hit, 5-run baseball with 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, and a home run allowed. Darvish is the player of the game, and let's just check out Lester quick here, because I'm pretty sure if we look at his career pitching stats, we're going to see that this is, in fact, his first save of his entire career. So congratulations to John Lester. Maybe he's going to take a Dennis Eckersley type turn and become an effective reliever later in his career. Who knows? So the Cubs improved to 61-68, while the Cardinals dropped to 69-60. Thank you for watching Replacement Player Baseball.